Hi, everybody. My name is Mary Bear Shannon, and I'm a reference librarian at the Haverford Township Free Library, and this is Reading with Reference. I have two books for you today. Both are about the Civil War era. First is Midnight Rising by Tony Horowitz. This chronicles the raid of Harper's Ferry in 1859 by John Brown. This event was a linchpin of the splitting of the North and the South, and rarely takes up more than a paragraph in our history textbook. But it shows in clear detail and gives us a window into the troubled mind of John Brown and what the raid did to bring the United States to the brink of war. John Brown's raid in October of 1859 was really intended to incite a slave revolt, and Brown and his followers marched into this tiny town of Harper's Ferry, hoping to incite this revolt. It was a strategic town because there was a federal armory, and he was hoping to take the arms and armed slaves and expand the revolt south into Virginia. Of course, it was a failure. Brown was captured along with 10 of his men killed, and then he was later hung. This book gives a fascinating insight into John Brown, an abolitionist who was prepared to shed blood in the cause of freedom. The author follows the development of Brown's thinking and his increased tendencies to violence as a means to end slavery in the U.S. Horowitz analyzes the reactions of both North, who thought he was a hero, and the South, who thought he was a traitor. These reactions led to the raid. Reactions to the raid were a huge factor in the election of Abraham Lincoln, the secession of the South, and the conflict that followed. I've always been fascinated by John Brown's raid, and his book helped me give a better picture in the lead up to this dramatic event and how the nation reacted to it. My family history places my great-great-grandfather at Harper's Ferry at the time of the raid, and he just happened to be visiting his brother who was working in Harper's Ferry, and he was an eyewitness to what happened. So this book helps me fill the gaps of what I was taught in American history and what has been passed down in my own family. My second book is This Republic of Suffering by Drew Gilpin Faust. This is a very insightful and well-researched book about America's struggle to understand the meaning and the practicalities of death as a result of the Civil War. 620,000 people died, and equivalent today, that would be about 6 million. This Republic of Suffering explores the impact of this enormous death toll on every angle: material, political, intellectual, and spiritual. Historian Drew Gilpin Faust explores the ways death changed not only individual lives, but the life of the nation and its understanding of the rights and responsibilities of citizenship. This author describes the logistical challenges involved when thousands were left dead, and many of their identities unknown on the battlefields of war. She explores the challenges of trying to identify, reclaim, preserve, and bury battlefield death, which gave rise to the undertaking as a profession, the first widespread use of embalming, the gradual emergence of military graves and registration procedures. Think none of those soldiers had dog tags. The development of a federal system of national cemeteries for Union dead, and then also on the other side, the creation of private cemeteries in the South that contributed to the cult of the lost cause. I liked this book because it examined a result of the Civil War that most people don't think of. How did the way we process these huge losses affect our society? If the Civil War losses of 620,000 is equivalent to 6 million today, we're not really close with the 11,000 deaths we've had with coronavirus. But those kind of losses do have an impact on us as a society, and historians will have a lot to study as we emerge from this pandemic and how it affected the U.S. and the world. The good news is both these books you can get on Libby as audiobooks, and I'm really glad you joined with me today. You can always find us at Reference Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5. You can always talk to us if you have any questions on using technology or if you have any reference questions. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.